Right now we are playing the breakout on AFRM and the breakdown on technology, namely Apple. And both trades are working out very well. Alright, so now I'm gonna lock in I'm gonna lock in like 2/5 of my position on a firm. Made a solid $9,000 on that trade, and I just want to make sure that I collect all of it. Okay, so over 140 on Apple wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. It's not a terrible thing. QQQ is continuing to look really weak, so let's pull up the QQQ chart. QQQ is just continuing to chop around underneath the VWAP after pretty significant selling off of the initial rally. That just tells me that there's strong resistance above on the 351.90 resistance, and also VWAP, which is going to be just a little bit above that. So I want to make sure that I can potentially exit this trade to be my most profitable. So I will set alerts to make sure that I don't miss a large movement on AFRM. It has so much strength that a significant breakdown isn't really likely at this moment. It still has a lot of support, and it had a lot of enthusiastic buyers this morning. With that being said, I'm not too concerned about it breaking down and me losing a lot of money, but it can always happen, so definitely being careful. Watching QQQ for the VWAP rejection. It's going to be kind of an indicator for us on our Apple position. Can zoom in a little bit on Apple here. So we need to get through, as I indicated, 140.25, and then we would need to make it over 140.40 with significant strength in order for us to want to exit this position the way it is. Anything below that, we're going to treat it as bearish. Even though I'm down like 12% on this trade, it will likely break down and we'll make our money back here. If a trade is going against me and I'm down by 12%, then, you know, if the trade is looking completely terrible and I'm not sure why I entered it to begin with, you know, then I might actually just cut this position right here, right now. But since we have a little bit more confirmation from QQQ and other broad market weakness, we can basically increase the probabilities of this happening in our own mind, which is basically how you would go about sizing your trade positions. So you want to make sure to trade your risk level, so your confidence level in a position at all times. If you're not confident, keep it small. If you're very confident, you know, maybe it's okay to add to that position. It just really depends on your trading style and how you want to deploy your tactics. When in doubt, zoom out. Zoom out meaning actually zoom out, or actually change the candles. So zoom out meaning increase the time frame per candle. So we went from 1 to 3 minutes just to see the patterns here, and I'll do it again from 3 to 5, and just kind of look at the candles. Candles are looking great on the firm. Let's go like this, 144, and we'll do. Actually, we'll do. Oops. Oops, that's not what I want. Oh, this. Heiken-Ashi. There we go. Okay. Now we can see trend reverse is a little easier. And we're on a tick chart, so we're seeing orders instead of time. Looking good. Looking real good. On Apple, 144 on firm. Let's do Heiken-Ashi on here as well. Alright, so Heiken-Ashi, these are nice for when you want to see a trend reversal plainly on the candles. So I use these in tandem with my other indicators and support lines, Bollinger Bands, VWAP, all that stuff. They use them with that. Here we go. Alright, so we're selling all AFRM here. Here we go. Apple about to break down pretty significantly. QQQs are wrecking. I have puts on QQQ. I didn't signal because just was a lot of trades this morning. Looks like SPY's about to break down more. Dow Jones is breaking down more. Continuing to see a strong kind of a pennant formation on Apple, and the Qs are looking a little stronger than Apple itself, still forming that bearish pennant. This is kind of, I think in my opinion, this will be the last VWAP retest before we form a triple top retest, or I should say not a top, but a triple retest of VWAP. This is also with the strong resistance above when it hasn't set a higher high yet, forming a doji for reversal off the VWAP here. So all that being said, basically what I'm saying is the chances of this breaking out above this resistance, and then breaking out above the high of the day right now is pretty slim to none. That being said, anything can happen. So always having alerts set on the stock for when these prices get hit, these resistance levels, because resistance and support can also, instead of just acting as what they are, in the name resistance and support, they can also act as a slingshot. So right now, we could theoretically be under the 359.10, 359 resistance, which we are, and we could be testing it right now, and then we fly up above it. But the way I like to look at this, especially with how much weakness we have in the broad market right now, is we couldn't even muster up enough energy to make it up to the last higher high on the intraday chart here. And so again, the chances of this breaking above all of that resistance right now, especially after forming this almost engulfing candle that it's making on the 3 minute, on Qs, not looking like it's gonna do anything that is gonna threaten our position. So we'll go ahead and open Apple again. Alright, so just started scaling into FCX. Copper has a ton of strength right now. Copper's starting a new breakout, and so we're taking advantage of the copper producer, Freeport McMoran. Watching on the right side of the screen here is Apple breaking down, as you can see from the huge Apple on the chart. Breaking down into the low of the day. I have original support at this 139.56. Low of the day is 139.50. So, yeah, I think that's definitely going to happen. I'm going to add to my Apple position. Actually, no, I'm not. That's pretty large already. FCX. I'll add to FCX just a tiny bit here. So, I mean, it looks bearish. The trade's still in our favor. Really need this rejection though. I mean, this is like the pinnacle moment. This is like the most unideal situation. I mean, it's better than what could have happened. It could have set a higher high from its last test on VWAP. It hasn't yet, or it looks like it is currently like about to test it. Well, that's pretty much all I got for this morning. So basically what we did was we traded QQQ, we traded AFRM, and we traded Apple. And from the three of those trades, Apple was about a break even, a little bit less. Small loss on that. Took a small loss on QQQ, but that wasn't something I signaled to the community. And then AFRM did make a ton of money on AFRM today, which makes up for pretty much everything else. Made $11,000 on AFRM, actually 10.8K on AFRM, and that was on, you know, I think that trade lasted all of 30-40 minutes. So from here, really just trying not to overtrade. I'm gonna continue to watch for this actual VWAP rejection on Apple, so potentially grab a position on that. But other than that, really not much else besides FCX, Freeport McMoran. And for that trade, it's going to be a little bit more boring here, I think. So we'll go ahead and cut the video short. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a like, subscribe, and make sure to turn on the alert bell because these are time-sensitive updates. You know, if you watch this video a week from now, this will still be useful. But it's good to watch it fresh after everything's happened. You get it all in your mind. Also, I release weekly updates every Sunday and also just randomly sometimes throughout the week. So make sure to turn on the alert bell and subscribe so that you don't miss out on these updates. Again, managing a portfolio, and these are all things that I do and I'm doing on a daily basis to manage the portfolio. So if you want to learn stuff like this, make sure to hit that follow button and also share this stuff with your friends. This is really valuable content, and I'm hoping to continue to make it even more valuable and quality as we go. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.